Due to popular demand, Legacy Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA will be doing techniques of the week, not techniques of the month, for all the students out there so you guys can sharpen up your game. So technique number 2 for August is we're going to stay in the half guard. And from the half guard, I'm going to show you guys where we started at from last time, and also I'm going to add to it and do some new stuff with the sweep and also some submissions as well. So worst case scenario, we go back to where we were. We're all the way locked in the half guard. The guy's trying to smash me or whatever. I'm going to use my car key the same way, come all the way across, make the space on his hip as he goes back, and I get my knee on the chest, which is where I want to be. His arm is going to be right there for me. So what I want to do is my hand on the ground, grab his wrist, come up, grab my wrist. And I release my hook. My knee doesn't stay in his chest once I have the arm lock. My knee's going to come out and lock the triangle. Now, 95% of the people that go for Kimuras, they always make the mistake of bringing the arm close to the hip and trying to bring it up. And if I do that, he's just going to grab his belt, which is going to make it difficult for me. So, instead of pulling the arm straight out, what we're going to do is we're going to make a little variation. Instead of pulling the arm straight up, we're going to pull the arm out this way. Then bring the elbow to the chest and bring the hand back. So this way we don't have to have the guy grabbing his belt and then we have to deal with a whole nother fight. Let's say we made the mistake and the guy did grab his belt. This will be part number 2. I'm going to keep going for the submission, but I'm going to pretend like I don't have a guard anymore and I'm going to let him start to pass. As he starts to pass and walk over to the side mount, I'm going to roll him all the way over. My bottom leg slides under his head, the top leg goes over, locking the scissor. And now I squeeze the scissor, make him tap right there. That, for some reason, doesn't work because he traps my leg when I come over. He grabs my leg with his right hand. Now what I want to do is put my knees on the ground, come up to the top, and then bring his hand behind his back. And finish right there. So now let's go over all the key points to making these happen, to make the submission happen, also to make the sweep happen. So, same thing again, I gotta make sure I make the space first. From here, I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'll make sure my hand here, use the car key, push his jawbone, come all the way under his neck, get my hand on the shoulder, my hand here goes to the hip. I push his body back, just so I can get my knee in the middle of his chest, which is one of the most important parts of this whole deal. If I can't get here, none of this stuff is gonna happen. I'm gonna keep getting smashed, it's gonna pass my guard. So the next step, very key point, is from here, my hand on the bottom, I want to grab his wrist, make sure I grab all the way low and hold it tight. Then I'm going to release my leg and sit up and come to the side. Now look at my leg, guys. I'm going to lock my triangle here so he doesn't try and snake his leg out or pull his leg out in any way. The next key point, don't bring his arm near his waist. Bring his arm out first. Now he can't grab anything. Then bring his elbow in, bring his hand all the way behind his head. That's the key points to number 1. So the key points to number 2. As soon as I grab his wrist, I come up, and say I make the mistake that he grabs his belt or his gi or whatever he grabs, the next key point is that I'm going to still make him think I'm going for the Kimura, but I'm just going to loosen my legs so he thinks he can pass. And as he starts to pass and go to the side mount, I wait for him to get all the way over and turn my body all the way over. My bottom leg shoots underneath his head, and then my top leg comes right over, locks together. I make a scissor effect with my legs and squeeze. key points to situation number 3. I've already got his hand locked. I already made the mistake and let him grab his belt. Now I want to finish him. So as I let him start to pass, he starts to go. I wait till he gets to the side. I roll him completely over. Now, of course, I would love to go for my scissor choke. But as my leg comes over, he notices what's happening and he blocks my leg. Now, all I want to do, the key point to situation number 3, my knee needs to go down to the mat and I need to turn my body. I never let go of my hands. Turn, get on my shoulder, put my knee on one side of his body, and turn my body upward. Now, I bring him up a little bit and bring his hand all the way out and behind his back. And that was your technique of the week from Legacy Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Mixed Martial Arts. The phone number here is 714-574-2842. The website is www.legacybjjmma.com. Stay tuned for your techniques of the week, and also next week we'll be also showing a technique from Master Joe Moreira himself. Thank you. Keep fighting.
I hope you guys have your fun with my black belt Shalom Legacy, and I come next week to show some fun techniques for you guys. Ready for me for the next week.